Whether you are bedroom only or 24/7 lifestyle. Whether you identify as kinky, non-monogamous, BDSM, leather, fetish. Dating Kinky is packed full of practical information and proven tips and suggestions to find and connect with the right person or people for love, sex, play, friendship, and more. Welcome to the Dating Kinky Book Club, presented by Dating Kinky and Curiouser.life. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Heather, also known as Nookie. I'm a hedonistic, dominant cuckoldress pimptress who is polyamorous and monoromantic. I live a woman in charge life with my partner of nearly 10 years. It's full of love, sex, passion, and exploration. I write books and teach workshops and offer coaching for better love, sex, romance, and, of course, kink for people of all genders, relationship statuses, orientations, and more. If you haven't noticed, dating is big business. I noticed. But that's not why I'm doing what I do, or not all of why. I'll tell you a secret, a not very well kept secret, actually. I'm a hopeless romantic with a kinky streak a mile wide. I believe in love, and I believe that finding love, there we go. I believe that finding love is worth putting time and effort into. I believe that the love of our partners and kinky friends makes life better. None of that, however, is necessarily easy, right? Even vanilla people have a hard time connecting and really making a go of it. Adding in kink makes it that much more difficult. It's crazy when you think about it. Once you take into account what you're looking for in gender, sexual orientation, and religion, you've got a potential pool of about 5% of the population, not even taking into account who's actually available and seeking as well. Then add kink into it? Hella rough. But that's okay. Because people still do find each other. And magic still happens. So if you have any questions, add them to the chat. I keep an eye on the chat for questions, comments, engagements. I love it when people engage. So say hello, let me know where you're here from, just send a wave, whatever. And again, if you have a question, pop it right in there because I will answer it as we go. But if you're kinky, and so far Dating for Dummies or How to Land a Traditionally Minded Marriage Partner in 30 Days has failed you, I get it. Finding that special kinky boopsie of your dreams can be tough. After all, you're looking for that someone extra special, right? Someone who matches you on intellectual and emotional levels and is kinky in a way that's compatible with your kinky desires. And that's a big ask. And sometimes it's hard to know even where to begin, but I can answer that for you. So let's get started. So today we're talking about, and in this entire series, this book club based on my book, Dating Kinky, we're talking about kinky dating. But what is kinky? After all, what I think is kinky may not be what you think is kinky, right? I mean, I had to really think about that when I decided to write Dating Kinky, and it was a challenge. So I went to the Google and I typed in define kinky, and And I got the following two definitions: involving or given to unusual sexual behavior, and having kinks or twists. I created my own definition that combines the two and throws in a bit more for fun. Kinky is something greater than the straight and narrow, a flexibility in how you view and navigate the world. A kinky person is different than your average person, opened up to more possibilities, especially, but not necessarily, in relation to sex. So, if you think you're kinky or outside the norm in what you're looking for in your mate, well, then I hope to be of service by sharing with you my insider knowledge and experiences of a lifetime lived in and out of kink. So, who is this book, Dating Kinky, and this book club for? Well, that's a good question, because the answer, kinksters looking for other kinksters, is just not quite enough. As I just said, kink is a relative term, and what a newbie might need to know is different from the information and experience kinkster is searching for. And yet, I tried to write the book for newbies and experienced players alike. So, this book is for newbies. I mean, I wrote Dating Kinky with newbies in mind, at least, because not everyone in kink has years or even months of experience, and newbies deserve love too, especially considering that as of now, we've just recently come out of, several years of quarantining for a pandemic, and there were a lot of people coming into kink who never got the opportunity to get out there and meet people, right? So what makes Dating Kinky a book that's good for newbies? Well, for one thing, I don't skimp on information at all. It's not that. I'm not going to treat anyone, though, like a know-nothing. Instead, I always do what I attempt to do in all of my writings and presentations, and speak directly and clearly to an intelligent adult audience while explaining some of the terminology that might help you understand this lifestyle and connect with people more easily. As I go, I'll call out words and ideas that may not have yet made their way into your easily accessible knowledge, and I'll try to introduce them as simply as possible while making it clear why they're important. During this book club, specifically, hey, Sunshine Boy, good to see you. I'm also going to be interacting with you. I'll be answering your questions. So if I say anything that you don't understand, ask me a question in the chat. Post a comment when you find the video. I'll respond to it. However, I didn't want to leave the experienced kinksters out. As I said, I'm not going to talk down to anyone. So experienced kinksters will probably know enough to skip my detailed explanations or the answers to questions that people ask, but I'll do my best to make this all entertaining enough that you can enjoy a new perspective. I will also be discussing deeper levels of kink connections and tips and tricks of getting up profiles, taking photos, and finding people into your kink in greater detail than any other reference I've ever seen. Because I think that as a kinky community, we need a guide like this. And I poured a year of sweat and hard work into it. Overall, though, Dating Kinky is for kinky people. Hey, Celine. Not only did I write Dating Kinky, but as I wrote it, I shared it with a wide variety of kinky people with various orientations, different levels of experience, and disparate ideas on how to kink, right? And I'm sharing it with you. I'll be including some of the feedbacks and quotes that I got the first time around that I put into the book, and I'll share some of those here throughout this series so that you can benefit from the different perspectives. Now, quick request, please don't forget to like this video and share it wherever you find me. It is a huge help for me to have people recommend me to their friends and groups and pages online. So thanks so much for that. Getting started. But who am I to be writing a book about kinky dating or to be running a Dating Kinky Book Club? Well, like I said, I'm Heather, also known as Nookie. Miss Nookie, if you prefer an honorific. I'm Nookie Notes on most alternative sites. I grew up around kinksters and alternative lifestylers, and I've never really thought anything else made much sense. I've been kinky for as long as I can remember, and have always loved bossing people around. My main fascinations are the mental aspects of DS, communication, submission, and trust. I have an owned partner who is the light and love of my life. And I am a polyamorous bisexual, which, by the way, this is, episode 1 of the Dating Kinky Book Club. It is also March 1st, 2023, and it is the 56th birthday of my sun, moon, and stars. So you probably won't ever watch this, but I love you, sweetie. I've traveled the US and internationally to teach kinky topics to people from all over the world. I'm the founder of datingkinky.com, a dating site and app made by a kinkster. Hi, that's me. For kinksters of all genders, relationship statuses, orientations, and more to search for and find each other for amazing connections. Hello, Sabyasachi. Always a pleasure to see you. I've worked behind the scenes as a moderator and admin on many adult kinky sites, including several dating and chat sites. So I have a unique perspective on what works and what doesn't when making connections in the kink world. In my local community, I not only run a Discord server with now over 1,000 local people designed to connect people who want to meet other kinky people through chat and events. But I also help run a local Discord resource for hosts and organizers of events to help us track best practices, policies, and potential problematic people in the area. So I've been at this a while, and I have seen a lot. Here's the thing. I am absolutely crazy about connecting kinksters with each other, which is why I originally wrote Dating Kinky and why I'm sharing my knowledge of kink and kinky dating with you on this channel and in this brand new book club series. I hope that you'll grab a copy of Dating Kinky for yourself and follow along. You can purchase it on Amazon for Kindle or Audible, narrated by the amazing NJ Cole, or you could get it in PDF, EPUB, or Mobi format free in our membership community by joining Dating Kinky. You can also get the audio version as a Dating Kinky Plus member, right? So you can get the PDF, you can get the EPUB, you can get the Mobi, you can get the audio version. So many different options. Before I move on, though, I'd like to tell you a little bit about our Plus membership. You can find it at getplus, getplus.datingkinky.com. If you love this kind of content and want more education on love, sex, romance, and of course, kink, there is no better deal than Dating Kinky's Plus membership. Not only do we give our Plus members an edge in the Dating Kinky app with a little badge on their profile that shows you support us and you're committed to and serious about connecting with others, but we give you a boost in technology, like saved searches and notifications when someone joins who matches your specifications. We have group chats now, and required group chats is coming soon. Video verification with all users, video and audio chats with other Plus members, and higher chat request limits. Join Plus, and you'll get access to my books. Not just Dating Kinky, but Understand Me Now and That's in Order, FLR, Femdom and Women in Charge, It's Not Cheating, The Big Book of Ass, and more. With over 400 hours of educational webinars, Dating Kinky has you covered on learning everything you need to know to make the most of those connections, no matter where you make them, Dating Kinky or elsewhere. For only $9.99 a month, $49.99 for 6 months, or $74.99 a year, you'll get access to all of that and over 300 hours of additional content on power exchange, relationships, communication, rope, navigating the kink scene, mental health in kink, and so much more. And if you're not ready yet, although you really don't want to miss this, don't forget to like, love, or subscribe to this channel wherever you're finding me so you don't miss a single live. So today, let's start with, who are you? Robert Greene says in The Art of Seduction, every seduction has two elements that you must analyze and understand. First, yourself and what is seductive about you. And second, your target and the actions that will penetrate their defenses and create surrender. The two sides are equally important. If you strategize without paying attention to the parts of your character that draw people to you, you'll be seen as a mechanical seducer, slimy and manipulative. I saw a lot of that in like the pickup artist community in the early 2000s. If you rely on your seductive personality without paying attention to the other person, you'll make terrible mistakes and limit your potential. Robert Greene said there, first, yourself and what is seductive about you. Whether kinky or non, looking for a partner is easier and more effective when we know what qualities we're looking for, the kinds of people we get along with best, and what is seductive about us. So let me ask you this question, those of you who are here. What is seductive about you? Whether you're joining me live or whether you're watching the replay, put it in the comments, pop it in the chat. What is seductive about you? For some of you, this sort of like self-delving is going to be one of your favorite parts of the process. For others, this is going to be a chore, and it sounds like a lot of useless work that simply gets in the way of getting out there and meeting people. And frankly, maybe it is. It's entirely possible that you already know exactly who you are, and what you're looking for, or you just don't care, right? Mental freedom. Hello, Sir Fresh. I love that. Not caring is cool, right? I'm not here to tell you you have to do anything. I'm a dominant, but not your dominant, right? You don't have to watch every video or practice every exercise. And you don't have to try to do this all at once either, or even every week when I go live. Maybe pick and choose your way through the episodes once we have a few up. There is no one right way to get your kink or you're dating on. Celine says, my boundaries and genuineness. See, that's beautiful. And I ask you this question: who are you? Because if you don't know who you are, how can you present that authentically to someone else? Because a big part of this online dating thing, right? If that's the right route you're going to go, you're going to download the Dating Kinky app, you're going to go to FetLife, you're going to go to Field, you're going to go to, Tumblr, not Tumblr. What's that called? The little swipey one, Tinder. Yeah. And you're going to write a profile. And if you don't know who you are, what are you going to put in there? Right? Sabyasachi, I think for me, fondness or inquisitive nature. Ooh, I like that. See, if you don't know who you are, what are you going to put in that profile? I like long walks holding hands. I like sunsets over the beach. I like puppies and kittens. I like ice cream. Okay, sure. And so does 99.99999% of the world. And if you saw that in a profile, would that capture your attention? Because today I wanted to introduce myself, and I wanted to introduce this book club. And I want to open myself up and get things started, taking any questions you might have. And I wanted to get you thinking about your kinky dating and whether it's been successful for you, whether it could be more successful for you, and whether you think that other people out there are doing a successful job of kinky dating, right? Does your profile intrigue people? Does it attract the people that you want it to attract? When you look at other people's profile, do they intrigue you? Do they attract you? Next week, we're really going to dive into the work. Like, really, really, right? Next week, we're going to talk about core values. When you're out there, searching for the kinky boopsies of your fantasies, you're probably focused in on, and who can blame you, people who share your kinks, which is all well and good, but shared kinks do not a relationship make, right? So in the second episode of the Dating Kinky Book Club, I'm going to talk about your core values and why they'll matter more than anything in your kinky dating search. And of course, as usual, I'll be taking any questions that you might have and engaging with you. So next week, we're really going to dive into the work, right? And for those of you who are here today, when it comes to meeting or dating kinky people, what are your questions? What can I answer for you as we go through my book, Dating Kinky, and as we go through the weeks of book club? I see somebody typing. How do I meet the kinky biopsy of my dreams? Okay, so for what it's worth, autocorrect does that to me all the time. I type in kinky boopsy and it always, always, always autocorrects to kinky biopsy, which just cracks me up. So I've actually done a video right on the Dating Kinky YouTube channel called How Do I Find Fill in the Blank? kinky person. And I'm happy to share that as well. You can probably, yes, exactly. You can find it by looking it up. And for all the rest of you, don't hesitate. Like I said, shoot me an email, pop into the comments, send me a question, anything you want answered about making those connections and kinky dating. And I will see you next week in the Dating Kinky Book Club, same time, noon on Wednesday, Eastern Time. Same place, wherever you found me today, you'll find me next week. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you love this discussion, and of course you hope to continue following along with the Dating Kinky Book Club, please like and share it with others who would enjoy it. And don't forget to follow or subscribe wherever you're finding me so you don't miss out on upcoming Dating Kinky Book Club episodes. Thank you. Thank you all. And I look forward to really digging in and